that kind of confidence when you shot him?
Yeah, I felt like all of them were good, honestly. All of them felt straight. They weren't left and right. They were just long and short. So going to the line, I felt confident in every free throw that I shot tonight.
How fortunate do you feel that to get this win tonight? Because the way it came down and Stuckey shot in and out and all that stuff.
Yeah. We had a couple of breakdowns, a couple of mental errors there late in the game that we can't have as a unit, especially if we want to become a great team. But ultimately, we came down, we got stops, and that's what won us the game.
Do you care about the statistics when you look at the stat sheet after the game and you've had the game that you had? Because you impact the game in ways sometimes you can't see on the stat sheet. I mean, do you come into a game hoping for 20 rebounds, 15 rebounds, or something like that?
I'm just trying to get as many rebounds and limit the other team to one shot as possible. But I know what my job is, what my role is for our team. And at the end of the day, as long as we get the win, then that's really all that matters.
Is your primary focus on the court getting rebounds?
Rebounds, defending, blocking shots. Like I said, I know what my role is. Like JJ's role is to knock down shots and defend. Chris's role is to be our leader, and make guys better offensively. So is Blake's, and that's my role, and I'm trying to do a good as job as I can.
When you have a night like tonight,
when you
That was like the second. That was good.
when you look at do you, I guess with enthusiasm, look at the rebounds on the stat sheet afterwards, or do you feel like you know about how many you had?
No. I mean, no, I'm just happy I had more than Blake.
You guys start a stretch now where you play 4 and 5 in 4 different cities, 4 different time zones. When the schedule came out, did this kind of jump out at you as this is going to be tough?
I honestly don't even look at the schedule. I just get text messages and it says meet at the plane. Next day we're going to Denver, and I'm like, okay, well I should probably pack something warm. No, I don't really pay attention to the schedule. I just, because everybody's, Indiana has the same schedule as we do. So does Denver. Everybody plays 82 games, and everybody could say that their schedule is harsh or whatever. But that's why we're in the NBA, and that's why we, are fortunate enough to have this job. So we just gotta stick with it.
One thing that doesn't happen everywhere though is Denver has an altitude advantage. Where you go up there, it's a tough place to play. I know you have asthma. Is that a difficult place for you to play? Sorry.
My business.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough. It's tough. There in Utah is also tough, but I think Denver's tough for everybody. I think after the first 8 minutes, everybody thinks they have asthma. And I know my lips are super chapped after the first time out. So.
Well, okay, so Jamal said that he's heard ways to try to beat the altitude. Like he said, drink a lot of water. Doc said that there's a theory that you get there early and that's the way, or you get there late and that's the way to do it. Have you heard? What's the best way to deal with altitude? Is that
either way, it's gonna burn.
It doesn't matter.
No, yeah. I tried to do cardio before the game a couple times, and I think that made it worse. But yeah, the first 4 minutes is definitely gonna be like a shock. Like I haven't done any cardio the whole season. That's what it's gonna feel like. But after we get past that, then we'll be all right.
How much of it is a mental thing?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think it's mental, and it's just the fact that you can't breathe. Yeah, so it makes it. I want to have my inhaler in my sock.
DeAndre, when you go up against a guy like Hibbert and then there's West there, is it more of a challenge for you before you get into the game? Do you find it as a huge challenge for you because of their size and what they can do?
Every game, but I mean we have size as well. Blake's 6'10", I'm 6'11", and when Spencer's healthy, we have another 7-footer within him. But we know what teams, these guys are, obviously great rebounding team. LaVoy Allen came in there and gave them great minutes, but initially we got to make contact and just be physical with those guys early and just try to limit their second shots.
Your top 2 rebounding games are both against Indiana, the second best rebounding team in the league. Is it something about that matchup that you seem to be able to?
No, I mean, I just feel like early in the game I wasn't getting any. I was going every time and blocking guys out, but sometimes they come to you. and then sometimes you got to go get them. But I feel like tonight they just came to me.
DeAndre, did you get a read, at least early on the game, how it was going to be called, whether it's tight or they're going to let you guys play?
You know, they let us play sometimes, and tonight I feel like they let us play. Let the bigs play a lot tonight. You know, and when it's games like that, you know, you can be physical because the other team wants to be physical, and it's just it's a fun game to play in.
DJ, a win is always a win, but is there ever a time where you're saying, you know what, we really should have beaten this team a little more handily than we did, and a lot of close games? How much do you think about that?
Yeah, I feel like we should have beat a lot of teams like that this year. We have great third quarters, or you know, and then the beginning of the fourth is bad, and then we end up, you know, playing crunch time basketball. But you know, that's why we have two units, and we come out sometimes in the first quarter flat, and our second units come out late in the first quarter flat, early in the second quarter flat. So we're there to pick each other up, and that's what our team's all about.
Is it more about D than anything, though, when it comes down to that?
I think so. As long as we get stops, we're able to get out and run and be effective. Jamal is able to you know, spread the floor, but when we got to keep taking the ball out every time or every other time, we're not getting stops in a row, and it kind of slows the game down for us, and we just kind of, for a little bit, fell into how they wanted to play. But when we get stops and we're able to run and Chris is able to open the floor for guys, then we get easy buckets.
All right, thanks everyone. Thank you.